Going live. Hello. You see me? You hear me? I think this is how it works, so I'm going to get started. Hey, battle buddies and healthy heroes. My name is Susie. I am not a medical professional. I'm just an enthusiastic nerd, and I'm so excited to be here for my first ever live stream event. This is New Year's Charity Challenge. You can ask me anything, you can challenge me anything, and we are going to donate money to charity and together see how much healthier heroes can help out. I'll give you more details as we go on. I am so excited to be hanging out with you today. You can introduce yourself in the comments while we get started here. And first things first, I want to tell you Happy New Year. And I want to ask if perhaps you have a New Year's resolution and how that's working out for you. And I am inviting you to pause and think about that concept. Everyone seems to have a hot take on New Year's resolutions, so I'm going to contribute mine to that as well. If getting fit in the new year or making resolutions in the new year is something that excites you and encourages you, then good for you. Enjoy that motivation and come with me and we can get hype about it together. But if you're feeling a lot of pressure about doing something just because it's the New Year's, then don't force yourself to do something just because it's a common source of motivation. Notice what you're feeling. Notice when you feel motivated. Pay attention to and honor your feelings. And then eventually you'll be able to cultivate and capitalize on the energy where it serves you, where it comes naturally. And you'll find your discipline however it feels best. So that was my little deep dive to get us started. Let me give you an overview of this truth or dare concept. I'm calling it truth or dare, but I'm not actually inviting you to truth or dare me anything. I do have veto power if we go off the rails. But the plan here is to alternate between an ask me anything question and then a fitness challenge. So it really does feel like a truth or dare for LARP fitness. Every rep that I do for the fitness challenges will be $1 that I donate to charity. If I'm doing a strength rep, it'll be $1. Or if I'm doing a cardio move, it'll be 30 seconds equal to $1. If you want to participate with me, you can set up whatever parameters work for you. And the donations are going to be individual honor system. If you want to donate and you comment, I did 10 reps of that move with you, I'm giving $10. I will eventually tally up everything we do. And I can let you guys know, we donated this much to charity together. I think it'll be really fun. So if you have any questions about the whole goal and the idea behind this, you can drop them in the comments. And I think those are all the logistics. Why don't we start the AMA portion? I plan to start with a few introductory ideas. A question from Kate. Hi, any parameters for what type of charity we donate to? It's your personal, no parameters, any personal favorites of something that you feel called to support. I have 3 that I'm going to plug later on in the stream that I am going to be giving to personally, and I'll tell you why and what they are, but whatever strikes your fancy is where you can donate your money. So great question. All right. So as an introduction to this AMA, I will tell you I have been a LARPer since 2010. My name is Susie. I have 4 characters, and they all teach me different things about fitness and my body and battlefield strategy, as well as different things about my brain and my personality and different, wildly diverse, actually, styles of roleplay immersion. So to introduce myself, I'm going to give you a little overview of what each of my characters teaches me about my body and fitness and the battlefield and about my brain. So Kialda Loa, her name is Alda. She is my dryad, and she has taught me, she's a bare-fisted healer, right? So she doesn't have any buffers. She only throws magic packets and only studies earth magic, maybe a little bit of alchemy these days now. But she has taught me a lot about triage and backpack healing on a battlefield. She's taught me about the art of bindomancy, which is using spells aggressively when you don't have any buffers, like binding spells. And from Alda, I learned a little bit about battlefield leadership, because she, as a healer, would be in one of the back lines. She would have the battlefield awareness and sort of help guide people. She would organize the rotating refit lines, like tell people where the shields needed to go and pull people out when they were clearly taking all of her healing magic. So that's the strategy I've learned from Alda on a battlefield. In regards to what she's helped me explore as a person in my mental health and in my own character life, she leans into humility and meekness, pragmatism, patience, a really broad perspective, and the concept of hope as an act of will. So she's a tree person. She's got a really broad and almost eternal perspective. So that's been fun to explore as Alda. Feel free to pick into any of that for AMA stuff later. That's why I'm giving these intros. Second character I play is Nikhujo. She is my Cheetahkin character, and she has taught me a lot about speed with rogue work and scout work. She runs around. I do most of my positioning and footwork work with her. And personality-wise, she's really rude and doesn't care about people. The opposite of Alda. She is an exercise in surety and confidence for me. She's an anti-people pleaser, which has been like hugely therapeutic for me to see if I can pull off. She also mirrors a lot of the anxiety and perfectionism that I struggle with in my life. So playing as Nikhujo with those like the jitteriness and the try-hardness that she has helped me process that stuff too. So there's character number 2. Those are my 2 most active characters. Oh, I got a question. Thank you. Healers rock. Thanks, Tab. Question. Healers are great for learning about budget. Is there another one? No. How? Oh, I see. How much do you spend on others and how much do you spend on yourself? Ooh, that is a great question for healers. How much am I healing myself versus how much am I spending on others? I think a little bit of that depends on your character's personality, and Alda is absurdly altruistic. Like, she does have a balance between altruism and pragmatism, right? Like, she knows that if she drops, then she's not healing everybody else. But when she goes on a battlefield with people, she will tell them, like, she carries an entire bandolier of potions and they are all cure lights. And she tells them, if I fall down and you need me to get back up, rip this potion out of my pocket and feed it to me and I'll jump back up. So she will prioritize keeping herself up for the sake of others. And I honestly think the way I do that best is by staying out of the action as my healer. When I'm a backpack, I am behind someone, and if they are dropping and I can't get them back up without keeping myself up, like I retreat. So a lot of me keeping myself up as a healer is just not getting hit. I keep a weapon shield on myself first and foremost. And so if Alda gets hit once, like if she's in range to be in danger and she gets hit once, I'll call my weapon shield and I am immediately backing up and saying, no, thank you. And I re-up my weapon shield. So I know I don't really let myself get to a position of getting knocked out. That answers that question, you think? Solid. I've got little moderator pal over here helping me out today. Let me tell you a little more about my other characters before we get into the fitness warm-up. Bethrega is my third character. Bethrega Anvilhammer is a dwarf, and she is a very different combatant than Nikhujo. She is a tank shield frontline fighter. She taught me about defensive fighting and like more about teamwork, because even though Uxue does the scout thing where you do positioning with people, she's still very self-centered and independent, and Bethrega is very much part of a team where she is in the line. She's a shield in front with everyone. She's also, in regards to what she has taught me for roleplay, she's really not smart. She's dumb as a box of rocks. She's less intelligent, so she's less invested. She's really just having fun out there, smashing things. And that has been really fun for me to explore, because stuff still does happen that's dramatic. At the Nine Towers campaign where I played her, there was still drama and trauma for her to live through. So for me to remain immersed and responsive as my like joke character, my vacation character, to still role play with the dramatic plot while not being super intelligent was very fun to explore with her. And by the way, while I'm telling you about my characters and what I've learned, please feel free in the comments, tell me who you play and what they teach you. I would love to get to know you and your characters as well. And lastly, last part of the introduction is Vesperia Villia. Vessa is the 4th PC I have made. She's a Chaosborn, which is a type of Sylvanborn. And she is my staff fighter, which I'm still very new at. She's had the least amount of time on stage for me, but she's my spell sword as well. So she can both throw magic and fight with her weapon. And she's just a very flighty, independent sort of person. Like, the Sylvanborn racial thing is to be very free-spirited. And so she embodies that. She focuses on independence, adaptability, freedom, and then a little bit of problem solving from a mediation standpoint in order for her to remain free and weaselly. Like, she will mediate to get herself out of dodge, which is different than my experience with Alda, who does a lot of problem solving, like, so earnestly because she cares so much about everyone. Vesperia will try to solve your problems in order to keep herself out of trouble. So that's been a fun little nuance to explore between my characters. And that's who I am at LARP. Those are the people I play. Oh, thanks for introducing yourself. Alyssa Darksnow is an Amani elf, and what she does, very cool. We're going to start the fitness portion pretty soon. And if I wasn't clear before, what my plan is for our hangout time together is to do an AMA small discussion, a fitness workout, like a couple minutes of doing a move, and then back to a question, back to a workout, back to a question until we're all tired. So as a reminder, every rep I do is going to be $1, and I will give it to a charity of my choosing. Every 30 seconds of cardio I do is $1. And as I said before, if you're just joining now, the optional audience participation piece of this, you can do the same moves that I'm doing. I'm going to talk you through them a little bit, let you know about the form and how they help me. And if you comment the number of reps you did, that's what my little tally whiteboard is. It's my Healthier Heroes LARP Fitness charity tracker. I'm going to just tally up everything I do, and then we'll donate together. Well, you'll donate to yours. I'll donate to mine. We're all square. All right, let's talk about warming up for fitness, my friends. I am going to do 3 quick stretches that I always do just to get my mind right when I start using my body. I'm not timing anything yet. I'm just taking a minute to breathe. I do 3 of these big body stretches. It's less about my body and more about my brain at first. So stand up, get yourself some water. If you would like to participate with me, get yourself some water and stay hydrated and do your own little stretch, whatever makes your body feel good at first. And now I'm going to start donating money. This is my timer. It's my phone on a stand. I hope you can see it. And what I am going to do first are arm circles. And I'm going to do them for 30 seconds, which means I'm going to give $1 to charity just from this warm-up. When I do my arm circles to get my blood flowing, I use the hitchhiker's grip, which is squeezing your hands and keeping your thumb up. Apparently, this helps synovial fluid in your joints. So ready, set, here we go. Hitchhiker's grip, and we're going forwards. Arm circles, we're going to do 15 seconds forwards and 15 seconds backwards. You want to engage your core and stand up with good posture. And they're mostly behind you and lower than your shoulders. And now switch directions for the other 15 seconds. I don't think my timer is visible. Sorry, friends. It'll beep when we're done, so you'll know that we've done 30 seconds of arm circles. Synovial fluid is very good for your synovial joints. I went to a hand specialist once. Boom! $1 to charity. I went to a hand specialist once because I was having a ton of irritation in my thumb, and I have learned what is colloquially called the mommy thumb from picking up babies too much, or the boffer thumb from taking too many hand shots, is a synovial joint irritation. So that's what I had, and those arm circles really help. Arm circles. $1. Beautiful. The next warm-up move I am doing for you is something that I learned from P90X3, the MMX video, because they do a lot of martial arts in that one. Grab a chair if you need to modify. What we are doing for our hip flexors and to get blood flowing in our legs is a straight swing forward and a bent knee at the end. So we're going to do 30 seconds one side, 30 seconds the other side. Now we're working on blood flow in our legs. All right, friends? Straight leg, bent knee. Straight leg, bent knee. Do a little bit with athletic arms to counterbalance. So you're swinging your arms and it can help you balance. Again, if you need to grab a chair so you don't fall over, that's also good. Switch sides. You're going to feel it in your hip flexor. You're going to feel it in your core as you're balancing. Boom. Another $1 to charity just for warm-ups. That's pretty cool. Leg swings, $1. I have 2 more warm-ups for you that are going to be more about your core. So I'm going to scooch this down and show you this low glide lunge we're going to do for 30 seconds. So get in a deep lunge and you can have your like hands at prayer. And we're going to go back and forth side to side. What I am focusing on here is my pelvis and my lower back. It's been a problem spot for me lately. So I am making sure it's rocked under and engaged so my lower back isn't going into extension while I'm lunging. You're going to feel this all down your legs. You're going to be activating your quads so they're a little warm, like the muscles are waking up, and then you're just gliding gently, dynamically. Oh, core and legs. Ah, feels good. Dismiss. And then let me tell you about one more. Lunges, $1. Last little warm-up. Oh, you can't see me. Hi. Last little warm-up move is going to be down here on my mat. It's also for core and like full body waking up your muscles. It's low plank, high plank transitions. So low plank is on your elbows, high plank is straight, and you can do one arm at a time and go up and down for 30 seconds. Can you all see me? So low plank, and then I'm going to do one hand at a time, high plank, back down. I learned this concept from an insanity video with Shaun T many bajillions of years ago. And what he actually does when he goes back and forth between low plank, high plank, is like little pulses, like in his lower back. He actually squeezes his glutes and his core and does a set of 8 squeezes 4 times. There you go. Whew. Planks will engage your whole body and really wake you up, so I love them. Planks for $1. Plank warm-up. $1 more to charity. We just hit all the areas in our body to wake up our muscles, get our blood flowing a little bit. Let's take an AMA pause. How are y'all doing? Anybody have any specific questions? I have planned for you a whole list of cool moves and a whole list of things to share about myself, but I will. Most of the tab says that I'm the Tony Horton of LARP, and like I need to give Tony Horton so many shout outs because P90X is like what I use most. So yes, I have a list of things that I would love to teach you and things that I would love to share, but if anyone wants to jump in with their own idea, like, can we do squats? Or like, here's a question for you. Please throw your comments in there. We're going to do Truth or Dare together. All right. Thanks, Kate. Thanks, Tab. So AMA question, if nobody in the audience has one live for me, what I plan to share first is what I currently do and what about boffer combat appeals to me. Oh, here's a spoiler. The stuff I have planned for the AMA side, they're the same questions that I ask my featured fighters. So, you know, Tab and Kate, actually both the people who are commenting right now have been featured fighters for me. So I'm going to share my answer to my own questions. I currently am on a staff position at Alliance New Hampshire. I write plot for the ISLE campaign, And I'm also on national staff for the publicity committee because I just have so much energy. I have in the past done some customer service. I used to be housed in Pennsylvania, so I did a lot of HQ work with those guys. My PCs that are currently most active are Nikhujo, the cheetah, and Alda, the dryad. Technically, Vessa is still kicking around somewhere in Cinderfell. She's like out being a pirate on the high seas. Don't tell anyone, that's a secret. But I PC Nikhujo a lot at Cinderfell, and Alda is active in their research as well. My response to what about Boffer combat appeals to me is the adrenaline, the energy. I am a high energy person. I also have a very strong competitive streak. Like, I like fighting. So the adrenaline, the competitiveness, the athleticism, and I have a very casual history in martial arts. I studied with a friend in college, and I took like 1 year of classes in like middle school, and I just love that, like, body work and focus work. And even though I'm not like a high ranking belt person in martial arts, it's something that I've always loved. So LARP really helps me get that fix. All right. I have my next challenge planned, but I will open the floor for any comments. If you guys think of a move you want to do together, just drop the comments. But my first challenge for us, is 10 reps, which means $10 to charity. We're getting fancy. 10 reps of these things called globe squatters. Let me get a weight. Not a heavy weight. This is from Tony Horton's P90X3 CVX video. And that is a really cool video that's a mix of cardio and weightlifting. You basically hold a small weight and like do cardio moves. It's exhausting. They're like 60 seconds each, but we're only going to do 10 reps, okay? I'm going to use 10 pounds, which is too much, right? He says like 0 to 12 is what you guys should use. Tracy, who's an amazing person in his video, uses 5 pounds. But since I'm not doing the whole video, I'm going to use 10 pounds here. A globe squatter is you hold your weight either at your chest or like this with good form, like shoulders back, tailbone rocked under, and you go and you do your squat, and then you jump. And then after you jump, you take your weight and you go around the world like a globe, right? Straight arms if you can, and don't round your back over when you do it. Any questions? Drop them in the comments. Speak now or forever hold your peace. We're about to do 10 globe squatters. Ready? So it's a bend and a jump, little plyo action, and then you start swinging one way, and the second rep you swing the other way. 3, 2, 1, here we go. That's 1 globe squatter. That's 2. You can help me count. There's 3. And you can also hold it up here. If there's something weird about your upper back or your lower back when you are holding a weight, then don't go too low. That was 5. Here is 6. Here is 7. And you can also modify. If you do a deep squat and you do a jump, and then when you're doing your globe, you can go to straight legs. If your quads are burning, go to straight legs. Then go back into your squat, jump. I didn't warn you all that we were going to use a weight today. This is literally the only one that I have a weight for. Was that 10? Word, thank you. Sorry if y'all had to run away and pick up a weight for that one. Globe squatters, 10 times through. I made you grab a weight. I'm also going to make you grab your hydration. This is a protein shake. It's chocolate. Oh, yeah, thank you. $10 to charity. Well done, friends. If you kept up with my globe squatters, that's $10. Globe squatters is $10. We're transitioning back to AMA. So if anyone has a LARPy question, a fitnessy question, a mentality question, drop them in the comments. If not, I'll just tell you more about myself as if I'm interviewing myself. Mm-hmm. While you guys are thinking up your questions, the first, I want to drop, can you throw it in the links? Can you throw a link to that in the comments? The first charity I want to tell you about where I'm going to be donating some of my money is called Sandy Hook Promise. It's got 100% rating on charitynavigator.org. I use charitynavigator.org to help me make sure I can feel good about where my money's going, that it's going to be used effectively. Sandy Hook is the incident that we just passed the 10-year anniversary of it happening, actually. And it happened in Connecticut. So it's, local, close to my heart, close to home. And what Sandy Hook Promise does is a Know the Signs program. And it effectively teaches youth and adults how to prevent school violence, shooting, and other harmful acts. Students and educators learn how to identify at-risk behaviors and intervene to get people help. These early prevention measures empower everyone to help keep schools and communities safe. So that's one of the charities I would like to plug today. It's where some of my money is going to go. All right. Oh, thank you. We have my moderator pal, Albert, is dropping you a link in the comments. So you can check that out if that's charity that speaks to you as well. So AMA time. Let me see what you guys got. What is the largest wave battle you fought in as far as people on the field? What is your perfect battle size and why? That is way better than what I was going to talk about. So I think the heyday of LARP for me, this is hard to say. I was really active in HQ as Alda when there were like 60, 70 people were like the biggest events that I've been to. I came up to Deadlands as Nikhujo towards the end of their campaign for a couple years. They were like 30, 40 sized people. I did play as Alda in Deadlands once in 2013, and that might have been my biggest event. Do you remember how big the Deadlands 2013 End of the World one was? 60 or so? Yeah, so that was like a big event for Deadlands, and my poor little Dryad healer was in the scary world. And I do think that End of the World battle was one of the biggest ones I've been in, and she was like a lobby, and there were just the mechanics of that battle were really cool because Lobi's got a special bonus. There was some sort of magic field, magic force that like stopped people from working together. So the battlefield felt bigger than it was because you couldn't coordinate with your friends. There were like pods of people that were not allowed to go near each other because of this magic barrier. Like they couldn't share items or strategy. The only people that could go between the groups of people was like a group of 4 or 5 lobies, and I was one of them. So I was a bare-fisted healer at the End of the World in Deadlands, and I, like, if somebody was dead or needed to share strategy, like it was like the battlefield organizing and triage healing, and that felt, I don't know if it was literally the highest number of people, but it certainly felt like the biggest battle I've ever been in because of that mechanic where I just felt like I had to run around more and the things were more spread out and separate. And the second part of that question was my perfect battle size and why. I think it depends on the size of the battlefield. So like I can't give you an exact number of players that I want to play with, but I can give you an exact like density of battlefield that I want to play on. And my perfect battlefield to play on is open enough that I can run around. My favorite battlefield is Uxue Nikhujo scouting. And so I want there to be enough people that I can find opportunistic moments to surprise NPCs by running around and sneaking around. So, and like even at Cinderfell last year, which has been a little bit smaller as we have a new site and are rebuilding a little bit. So like there were like games that only had 12 or so people, but the field itself was not so huge and the tree line was still there, such that there was like a battle over here and I was able to run around and sneak around and do scout work. So as long as I have that space, I don't know that I have a perfect size, but those are my thoughts on it. All right. So that was an AMA. So we're doing challenge now, right? Anybody have a fitness challenge they want to do, or you want me to teach you a move? I'm going to give you a second to jump in on the comments. I'm just going to skip the AMA that I had planned because that was a great question. Thank you, Tab. And we are on to fitness. I'm going to do a thing called Joel jumps. So what you are going to need, I didn't tell you about this either, but have some sort of like target. This is an agility move. And so you need to jump over a rope or like a towel or something in the middle of your floor. I'm going to grab like this piece of laundry is going to be my marker. And a Joel jump is an agility move. And the thing about agility is footwork and control and accuracy, right? This move reminds me so much of LARP because it's the idea of lunging in and lunging out and controlling your distance, being accurate about where your feet are landing. So you see, I have my little workout mat, and this is just like a towel, and it's in the middle. And what a Joel jump is, we're gonna do 5 per side, okay? So you start on one side of your towel, and you do a one-legged jump. Your inside leg jumps to the outside, diagonally across, and then you reach down and touch. It's a little bit like the polka stretch, if you know that one from Tony Horton as well. You cross over your body and jump down. That is one Joel jump. One jump forward, touch, one jump backwards, touch, cross your body. And this lunge size needs to be consistent and accurate. That's why you have your marker, so you can use your little visual aid to know that you're in control of the size of your lunges. Very helpful for boffer combat. You don't want to overextend, like I always do. So, any questions about Joel jump? Speak now or forever hold your peace. We're going to do 5 on each side. I'm ready. Y'all ready? 3, 2, 1. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. As you go down, try to stay on one leg. If you need to modify, you can tap your other foot on the ground. 4, 4, 5. But if you can get the balance component in, then rock it. 5, 5. Other side. Go to the other side, back of your towel to start. And now you're, what is it? I'm losing my coordination here. Just jump from one leg to the other leg and touch outside your body. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Lunging in and lunging out. 4, 4. If you want to intensify, do a greater distance. Like I could try to use my whole orange mat as a lunge thing. That's not really realistic for me. Oh, I did extra. I did a 6th one. I'm donating $11 to charity. Thanks, Joel Jumps. Modify by having a shorter distance and keeping both feet on the ground as you do your jump. Intensify by a bigger distance. All right, Joel Jumps, $11. That is from the P90X3 Agility movie video workout. Look at us, guys. Look at us. Coming back for AMA. Who's got LARP questions? Tab likes to say, your site is a great place to play. Can't wait to come back in April. You coming to the aisle opener? That's so cool. I'm NPCing that one, dude. I'm also helping write that one, so that's going to be super cool. Cinderfell starts in May, right? And Isle starts in April. Alliance New Hampshire runs 2 campaigns right now. So what else was I going to say? Yeah, I think the site is a great place to play. And kudos to Brandy and Dustin and the whole team up there who have done like so much to clear it out and build it up and make it into this really awesome LARP world. All right. You guys hydrating? I'm just going to skip that one. So, well, actually, that one is better. Go back. I'm going to offer you my own AMA before my next challenge. I would be happy to tell you about my greatest weaknesses and my greatest strengths on a LARP battlefield. And so I think historically and currently, something I struggle with is leg defense. As a very aggressive, energetic person, it's fun. It's perfect that I just did Joel jumps off of that because I jump in too far, especially when I used to only fight with short swords instead of one long, one short. Like as a runaround rogue more than a toe-to-toe fighter, it would be short swords. And then when I got toe-to-toe, I would be way too close and my legs would just get eaten up because I didn't put one down. They were both up and my legs were always targeted. So leg strength and agility is something I've needed to work on, being lighter on my feet in order to not get my legs chewed up. And another weakness I think I've had as a LARPer is just the mental game of combat. Like you can really get inside your own head about like, oh, I'm messing up so much, or I'm not doing well and I'm getting hurt. And then you like overthink it and feel really bad. you sort of have to pretend to be more confident than you are in order to not get yourself bogged down in your mind. And maybe that's not your case, but I think for some people, as you're learning how to fight, you can encounter those sorts of hurdles. And I did in my journey. I had those confidence hurdles that would make it a struggle to stay consistent on a battlefield. But on the flip side, some of my greatest strengths, I think these days, are speed, because I've worked really hard on my legs and I love to run fast. And I have some decent cardio endurance because I work out a lot, so I can keep going. And I have naturally been blessed with ridiculous stores of energy. And so that all feeds together to just be like a go-getter. And that has worked for me on a battlefield. I'm also active and aggressive in my Florentining. I do a lot of aggression with my offhand, which can sometimes throw people for a loop and get like unexpected hits or extra locations in when I target with my left hand. So those are my strengths at LARP, I think. And we are into a fitness move next. Ba-ba-bow. So think about moves you might want to do, but I have another one planned. I'm going to teach you one more right now. This is called a crouch back push-up, which I learned from Carrie Pierce, who's like a CrossFit champion athlete. She's incredible. And she has a FIT program, PHIIT. I forget which video I learned this one in, but it's this really cool idea that you do a push-up. I might go sideways for this one. You're doing a push-up, and then in between reps of push-ups, you're going to stretch back, do like a little dynamic flow. Yeah, that looks good, right? And as you stretch back, you want to like extend out of your shoulders and let your head go in between your arms. Keep your core engaged and stay up on your feet. I will show you. We're going to do 10 of them. I wrote down 10 in my plan. 10 push-ups feels like a lot, but the crouch back in between really helps the endurance of push-ups. So that's why I love this move. Recently learned it. Want to show it to you. 10 crouch back push-ups. Ready? Your push-up position. So engage your core. Squeeze your glutes. Push through your ankles. Arms are straight. I'm going to keep my elbows close to my body, work my triceps more rather than flaring out. And we're going to go down. 1. Exhale on the exertion. Then crouch back. It's such a relief in your shoulders, guys, but don't let your lower back go into extension. 2. Keep your core rocked under and engaged so you still have good integrity in your back. 3. 10 of these is going to be a lot. 4. Breathe in. Don't stop breathing. And then when you're pushing back up, breathe out. 5. Stay up in plank if you can. 6. Let me check my own form. Don't let your hips sag. That if you're starting to get tired and your form is getting ugly like that, don't do it. Take a break. Oh no, what am I on? 7? 7. 8. Stay back in your stretch longer if you need to. I just cracked my back. But my quads start to feel it back there. 9. And 10. So, I don't think I can do, maybe I can, but they're uglier if I just tried to drop and do 10 straight push-ups. But giving myself that little dynamic stretch in between, I feel like I can go a lot longer with moves like that. Oh yeah, the charity tracker. If you're just joining us, we're doing basically a LARP fitness truth or dare. I'm telling you about my LARP life and then working out with you. And we're donating money to charity based on every rep. What did I just do? Crouch push-ups. And I did 10 of them. $10 going somewhere. Donate your money to the charity of your choosing. Pow. Coming back for AMA. Get a little bit of rest after we just did 10 very slow push-ups. Honestly, how fast you do strength moves also makes a big difference. Time under tension for your muscles works them harder. So if you crank out your push-ups really fast, good for you. But if you slow down your push-ups, that also is extra hard. Like, you're winning either way. So the next AMA, if nobody has any live questions to drop for me, the next thing that I would love to tell you about is a little bit about what my exercise week looks like and how my exercises are tailored to LARP. I'm happy to share about that. Currently, my casual goal is a plyometrics sort of thing, just for fun. So I've been doing a lot more insanity videos lately with Sean T. They're definitely older than 10 years. Like, I started doing insanity videos in like 2010 and 2011. So I've been having the same videos for like a decade, but they're so much cardio and so intense. So I've been working through them a little bit for plyometrics goals. But in general, I use P90X3 with Tony Horton. I use FIT programs with Carrie Pierce, PHIIT. And I recently found a cool YouTube channel called Breathe and Flow. It's a yoga YouTube channel, and I've only done a couple of their videos, but the instructor is awesome, and it's so good for a stretchy day. So those are, I don't have a routine anymore. I don't have like a arm day, core day, cardio day, blah, blah, blah. I have kind of leaned into this idea of winging it lately. And some days I even do 2 short workouts a day instead. Like the FIT programs are only 10 minutes, and then I'll go for like a mile run or 1.2 miles later in the day. So 2 short workouts or 1 intense video is what I've been up to lately. And my love for LARP has inspired my love for exercise. So they're now really hand in hand, inseparable. And some of the exercises I do for LARP specifically are boffer drills with like a Pell. More often than not, I just put tape on a tree and like, that's my target, pow. And I'll do some of the drills that I have on my channel, like a toe sweep J hook, or like a wrap shot combo, or like a feint and a strike, or a block and a counter. So I'll drill, and that becomes a cardio workout if I loop those. I also have a video on that. MMX is a P90X video that is martial arts focused that I think helps my buffering a lot because it does the footwork stuff. And other P90X3 cardio videos like the agility one, and triometrics even, which is like plyo and strength training. All of that has been leg focused for me, which translates to LARP focus. So that's a little bit about my exercise life and how it helps me with LARP. Peace out, Tab. We'll see you later. And this is true for anyone. You can come back to this stream and watch it after it's done being live. So if anyone needs to jump in and jump out, it will certainly be saved on my channel. Next thing is a fitness challenge. So if nobody has ideas of what they want to see, I am happy to teach you something from what I just mentioned, the MMX video of P90X3. This is called a Gladiator punch sprawl combo. Y'all want to see that one? Is that the one you want to see? Nobody has any challenges otherwise? Okay, then I'm going to do it. It's a little complex. The combo at the end, so you're in your like fighter stance, your legs are ready. The combo at the end is going to be a jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Okay, so like take a second to teach yourself that if you don't have that coordination in your body yet. But one of the reasons I love martial arts and MMX or MMA, MMX if you're P90X person, is the coordination and the mental work of it. Because LARP battling is a very much mental game of keeping a lot of balls up in the air, like you're swinging damage and you're fighting someone who you need to respond to, so you need to be very coordinated. So get the coordination of a jab, cross, hook, uppercut. That's the second part of this move. This move starts with a kick, gladiator punch, and sprawl. The kick, you use your back leg to get ready, and then your front leg does the kick. So it's like a jump kick, honestly. So you do a kick, okay? Back leg kicks. And then as soon as you come down from your kick, you land in a lunge and do your gladiator punch. Y'all keeping up with me? I feel like we should just do the whole MMX workout because it's just so good for you. I'll show it to you sideways. You're doing a kick and landing into a lunge punch. And then all you have to do is do a sprawl, which means like plank back up and your combo. You want to see it sideways or front ways? What do you think? Sideways is good for this one. All right, we're going to do 5 per side. Kick, punch, sprawl, combo. 5 times with left lead, then 5 times with right lead. Here we go. Gladiator move. 1, sprawl, combo, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. 2, punch, down, up, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. 3, punch, down, up, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. 4, the idea of sprawling, which means going down and back up again, this is 5, right? Is it does wonders for your heart rate. When you're getting your whole body down and your whole body back up, your heart rate is gonna jack up, which is super cool. Now we're doing right lead. So right leg is leading, left leg is gonna do your jump, right leg is gonna do your kick, gladiator punch down. This might be a little intense. If I've just taught it to you as a brand new move, it is the last move of that video. I just love it, so I'm just sharing it. You can practice it at your own pace. Here we go, gladiator punch, sprawl combo. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Kick, punch in a lunge, sprawl and combo. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. Kick, punch in a lunge. And your jab, cross, hook, uppercut combo comes from the other side now, right? Jab is a punch that matches your lead leg, and cross is a punch that comes from your back leg. Hook, uppercut. On my last one now. So kick, gladiator punch, sprawl, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. There you go. I haven't done actual martial arts training in a long time and I miss it. So that was the end game of Tony Horton's martial arts video from P90X3. Gladiator combo. And that's $10 more to charity. That's pretty cool. Time to plug a charity. You want to drop that link for him, buddy? The other charity I'm going to be donating to today, with all the moves I'm doing, is called smarthope.com. SMART stands for Spinal Muscular Atrophy Research Team. And spinal muscular atrophy is a genetic disorder. It is a degenerative disease, and it's pretty devastating. It's affected my family, so it is near and dear to my heart. And SMA research team has a 95% rating on Charity Navigator, and they have helped fund groundbreaking research of renowned SMA investigators like at Johns Hopkins University, Harvard, Northwest University, some other places. And the SMART organization also assists SMA families with financial hardships. So that is a spinal muscular atrophy related charity. That's where some of my money is going. I think I have 3 more moves planned for you guys. Try to keep it around an hour. But if anybody wants to jump in with extra questions or extra fitness challenge ideas, please drop them in the comments. Introduce yourself, tell me about yourself as a LARPer, and then tell me what you want to talk about and what you want to see. I will offer you my own interview question. So what I'm going to talk about now for the AMA portion is that the skills I think are most useful to prepare for LARP. If you are new to LARP and you are curious about how you need to, or how you would benefit from preparing your body to get ready for a LARP battle, my insights are a focus on cardio and agility. For you to be light on your feet and snappy with your strikes and very mobile. The ability to move around and to keep moving. You don't necessarily have to be the fastest. You benefit from big body endurance. Even if you just need to walk around, if you can keep yourself in motion, that's going to assist you a lot on a battlefield. And then when you are toe-to-toe, if you can focus your speed and cardio efforts on the snappiness of your strikes and the quickness and lightness of your feet, those are things that I would train towards to be most successful on a battlefield. So agility, cardio. That's my answer to that interview question. Oh no, the next challenge that I have planned for myself is hard, guys. It's a plank mountain climber, but I have 3 levels of intensity that I want to share with you. Thank you. I see PJ and Kate are donating for the SMART organization as well, SMA research team. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm just gonna get to it, man. The next fitness challenge is starting up here. So I'm gonna use my mat because we're gonna be down on the floor for plank. And there are 3 levels of intensity. A mountain climber. I've seen in an Insanity video, they do like standing mountain climbers. They go like this for their mountain climbers. But I'm not doing that right now. I'm doing a plank mountain climber, which is holding a high plank and then moving your feet on the ground. However, 3 levels of intensity. Excuse me. You can step your feet. You can run your feet. And then you can plyometrically jump your feet. I'm going to do this sideways, I think. I should probably just keep my mat sideways. Things you learn. I think I'm going to do this event every year, you guys, as like a New Year's little kick off to the new year. Feel good about being generous. Feel good about moving your body. Chatting with my friends about LARP. So, how's that? That's good. The plyometric mountain climber looks like this, where you actually do like a whole jump up into a spider lunge, lizard lunge. Yeah, this is a lizard lunge in yoga. Spider lunge in yoga is that one. I'm gonna face this way, and I'm going to do 20 seconds at each level of intensity, walking, running, and then plyometric. So get ready for our plank mountain climbers, homies. You're all hydrated, y'all stretched. I'm gonna set my timer. Beep, bop, beepity bop. My little moderator buddy is going to tell me when 20 seconds have passed. You're just gonna say switch, okay? So can you see that? All right, every 20 seconds, we're going to ramp up the intensity. I'm nervous for this one. It stinks too because my parameters are that my cardio moves are $1 for each 30 seconds. So this is only gonna be $2 to charity and we're about to work really hard. Anyway, it's fine, it's fine. Are you ready? Set up high plank, 3, 2, 1, go, step. Keep breathing. How is your high plank form? Are your arms straight? Are your wrists under your shoulders? You have your fingers spread so you have a nice wide base. Are you keeping your hips high? Oh no, we got 3 seconds until we start running. Ready, set, switch. Oh gosh. Breathe. Now we're running. Keep pushing through your ankles so when you land, you're using your whole leg. And this is how you do that thing I told you about. Work your legs and your cardio. Oh, switch. Plyometrics. Use your core. Don't let your butt stick out. Don't let your lower back extend. Engage your belly button. Pull up with your hip flexors. Oh my gosh. Are we almost done? Plyometric mountain climbers, you guys. Done. Woo! Charity deserves more than $2 for that effort. Maybe when I do this next year, I'm gonna make my cardio parameters different. But if you kept up with me, you did 60 seconds of mountain climbers. And for my parameters, that's $2 to charity, apparently. Mountain climbers. I'm gonna come up for an AMA question next, okay? So think about a question if you all have one. You wanna ask me something. Mountain climbers. $2 baby dollars. Plyometrics are bonkers, are they not? They're just bonkers. Don't do jumpy stuff if your joints aren't ready for impact. Stretch and strengthen before you test the limits of your impact. If my knees or ankles were hurting, I wouldn't be doing those plyo mountain climbers. Okay. Any questions or requests from you live audience in the comments? Now's your chance while I hydrate from that Standing mountain climbers are great for balance. And you're totally right. Like, you can take a very similar modified to intensify version for the standing ones that I was briefly demonstrating. Like, you can step these. You can step your mountain climbers, or you can jump them, or you could jump them extra high. But I like doing them in plank form because that plyo is bonkers. All right, so a question that I thought I would share with you guys, if there's nothing from the live audience, is how do I find my motivation to work out? That's a really common concern and question for people who are interested in fitness. And at this point, like, I always have the overarching perspective of wanting to honor my body and see what it can do. I like feeling strong. I like feeling capable. I like the feeling of performing and achieving cool things with my body. And I also just really want to be a beast on a LARP battlefield. Like, I want to be able to keep going and keep surprising people and keep chasing people. I love chasing. So for day to day, my motivation to get up and initiate, honestly, these days, inertia and momentum are a huge pull for me. I have been in an active fitness lifestyle for so many years that it just feels good to keep it going. And if I have a rest day, that's fine. If I have like 2 rest days in a row, I start to like feel weirdy in my body just because I have the momentum and inertia already. But I think when most people ask this sort of question, it's a lot about starting a fitness journey and where the motivation is for that. And I will say a big burst of early motivation came for me after I had a very necessary self-talk overhaul. I used to struggle a lot more with self-loathing and just really negative self-talk about like, you're a failure, you're not good enough, you did this terribly. All those nasty narratives that like the brain weasels lie to you. So many of us struggle with that, right? But after I became a mom, I just really had to start being nicer and more gentle with myself, more graceful with myself. Like, I couldn't hold myself to be perfect in all areas of motherhood because that's impossible and unsustainable. So I did a lot of work with my therapist, and this overhaul of self-talk to be kind and patient and gentle and graceful with myself started seeping from motherhood into exercise life. And so my motivation for exercise just started like upward spiraling because I was no longer shaming myself. I was nice to myself. I allowed myself to fail. I allowed myself to take breaks. And that was a huge just like revelation and contribution to my fitness motivation. Alrighty. Oh no, why did I save these for the end? I'm on to my next challenge. The next challenge I want to teach you is called KABLAM. KABLAM! And it's not the 90s cartoon. KABLAM! Oh, I'm dating myself as a millennial. This is another minute cardio move, so it's going to be $2 binky to charity, but this is $2 of really hard work. The concept is you're going between squats and lunges, and the 3 levels of intensity are stepping with your hands in prayer, stepping with your hands in prayer, stepping with your hands in prayer, and then you're going to step with your hands up extended into like chair pose. And then the last 20 seconds, we're plyometrically jumping between each one. So think about how that's going to feel on your joints. Think about what you're ready for. Use the range of motion and intensity that works for you. This is our second to last that I have planned. You guys can, yep, second to last. I have a burnout at the end too that I am ready to share with you. So KABLAM. You think I should do it sideways or frontways? Sideways. We're going to keep it sideways. I'm going to set my timer for 1 minute. 20 seconds stepping. 20 seconds arms extended. 20 seconds jumping. You ready to say switch for us? Oh, goodness gracious. Keep your core engaged and your butt down and the weight in your heels for the squat and bend your back leg for the lunge. Those are my form tips for you. Can y'all see me? You ready to be bonkers with me? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Prayer, pose, lunging, squatting. Lunging chest up when you squat. If you are tired, decrease your range of motion. 5, we're gonna switch to arms extended. Don't let your...
Switch.
Thank you. Do not let yourself lean forwards when your arms extend. Try to keep your lunges up and your chair poses up. I'm gonna stop talking when it's plyo time. Oh. And we're alternating legs too. Right leg back, squat. Left leg back, squat.
Switch.
Oh no! Okay. Squat. Ow, my quads! Oh, am I done yet? I have found. Lordy. That is one of the last moves of the P90X3 Triometrics video, which is a quad burner. My quads have never burned so much other than Triometrics. A tip I forgot to give you is when you're doing the plyo versions, don't land on your heels. I'm sorry if anyone did that. When you're doing the plyo version and you're jumping, even in the squat, you can stay on the balls of your feet to keep your joints safe. All right. KABLAM! That's my last challenge before like the burnout. I'm gonna do one more question for y'all, and then I'm going to do a burnout, which is just like, how long can I do this or how many reps until I fail? Because we're getting to the end of how tired I am. So the final charity I'm going to plug for you guys. This is the third place I'm going to be giving some money, which I'm also writing down, KABLAMs. I cannot believe I did a minute of KABLAMs and they're only $2. I'm mad at myself. Mad at myself for the cardio not giving me more money. KABLAMs, $2 to charity. Charity tracker. Look at all the stuff we did. If you kept up with me, if you've been doing the same things I've been doing, we got a whole workout in, y'all. Just a couple burnout moves left. So I'll tell you the last charity. Last charity I'm using is Catholic Charities of the Hartford Diocese. They have a 100% rating on charitynavigator.org. They're local to Connecticut. And a cool fun fact about Catholic Charities, they're a national organization. When I lived in New Jersey, I actually worked for them. I was employed by Catholic Charities for their after-school program. I would like help kids do their homework and do like little music lessons to enrich their after-school program. It was pretty cool. So I like the Catholic Charity organization. I am a Catholic, and their mission statement of sorts is that we envision a future where all individuals and families achieve greater safety, stability, and independence in compassionate communities where people are valued, connected, and taken care of, and they take care of one another, right? So that's 100% rating on Charity Navigator. That's where some of my money's going today. Please feel free to drop more of your own AMAs. Please feel free to drop more of your own challenges if you want to see any other fitness moves. But the last thing I have planned for you, my friends, is the rapid fire question round and the burnout moves. Rapid fire. What is the most important skill for combat success? Fluidity, flexibility, cardio, and mobility. So all of that comes together in mobility. Be mobile on a battlefield. What is the most important tip for newbies? Try to stay immersed. Immerse yourself in the world and the role play. Soak it in and try things out. Just give it a shot as a newbie. What's the most important secret for sustained enjoyment? Evolve and grow with your hobby. I started as one sort of LARPer, and I'm not the same LARPer that I used to be. I started as a healer, and then I picked up scout, and then I picked up tank fighter, and then I picked up spell sword, and then I like staff positions, like continue to try things out, and like give back to your community as you try more things and learn more things. Become a receiver and a contributor. So you start as a receiver of all the magic, and then you can evolve into starting to be able to contribute the magic to other people. That's been a really satisfying, sustained enjoyment thing for me to evolve into someone who can contribute. And then last one of my rapid fire. What else do you think you battle buddies and healthier heroes should know? Being active can be fun. finding a wholesome community can be inspiring and motivating. And working on holistic health can be nerdy and escapist as well. So you can work on yourself and your body and your mind and still be a nerd who runs out in the woods to play with your friends. That's my last tidbit of rapid fire interview questions for you. Let's do our final challenge. We're just over an hour here. This is pretty cool. Our final challenge is the burnout. I am going to hold a balance pose. If I hold it for more than 30 seconds, I will give $5 to charity. If I fall over before 30 seconds, I will give $1 to charity just for trying. We're going to start with crow. It's crow pose. If you have never done crow pose, please keep your feet on the ground. Just modify as you need to. And for safety purposes, and even for safety purposes, if you are feeling unstable, if you're trying to do this with me and you don't feel stable, fall backwards onto your feet. Never put yourself too far forwards. And to be extra safe, I recommend a pillow or something here if you're new to this. Crow. I'm going to set a timer and do crow. And that, I think, is all it's going to be. Where is my stopwatch? Don't even tell me, okay? I'm just going to hold it as long as possible. Ready? Go. Crow is down in the crouch. You're up on your triceps. Some people who are insanely impressive with yoga can go from crow and just extend their feet up into the sky and do a freaking handstand and then come down back into crow and then shoot from crow into their plank for their vinyasa. The dude whose name is Ted. Oh no. Ah! Ted. What?
38.
38! Yeah! Hit the $5! And it didn't take me 8 seconds to set it up, right? Yeah, I did 38 seconds of a crow. I did not go into handstand and chaturanga like Ted does in the P90 X3 yoga. But my crow donation money, $5. Last burnout. Since that was a static balance pose, I'm now going to show you a dynamic move to failure. There's a fun fact about this one as well. This is number one. It's my most popular short. It's my movement minute that has the most views on my channel. The idea is doing push-ups with sidearm balance in between. And the history of this move is something that I invented and originally posted it as a challenge in my Facebook support group. All of my LARP fitness journey began in 2020 when we were all sad and in quarantine and just wanting to talk and move with our LARP friends again. A couple friends and I came together and made a LARP fitness support group on Facebook. And we would post weekly challenges for each other. This was the first one I posted, and I used to do it once a week and see how many reps I could do. I believe the number I originally challenged in that Facebook group was trying to do 8 of these. I do not know if I can do 8 of them without failing right now. But I'm going to do $1 for each push-up sidearm balance I do, and we're going to see how many I can do. I'm going to go until I collapse. To end this first annual New Year's charity challenge, it's push-up, sidearm, push-up, other sidearm. Ready? I hope if you guys have any questions that they're in the comments now because I'm just going to go for it. You count for me? Okay. Maybe I'll go this way. Okay. Here we go. So the thing about doing 8 of these is that is 2 push-ups, but it only counts as 1 rep. That's 1 rep because it's both sides. So 8 is my goal, but we'll see how long I can go till failure. Get your hips high. Intensify it with a leg lift if you're feeling spicy. Push up. Remember to exhale on your push-ups. G's. Hips high. Oh, my back is already starting to collapse in that push-up form. Oh, let's get some intensification. Tony Horton does that, I swear. when the dude starts to get tired, he's like, what if I just did it more instead? And like, that's how he keeps himself going. Oh, my push-ups get ugly. More. What am I on? Oh, Lord. You know what I forget to do in my planks and my push-ups a lot? I forget to squeeze my freaking glutes. Wait, which side am I on? If you squeeze your glutes and engage your quads and your core, you can probably, with like that rigid body and muscle alignment, you can probably squeeze more push-ups out. I don't know. What am I at, Halbert?
6.
Oh no! Speed up. Time under tension hurts more, so just speed up. My push-ups are getting ugly. My shoulders and back are collapsing. Is that 7? I can do one more, right? Ouch. Oh, Lordy. Was that 8? Okay. I might have, like, my wrists might have gotten ugly. My shoulders and back might have gotten ugly. But fun fact. My cheetah character is obsessed with the number 8 because in her culture, it is very, very lucky. So that meant a lot to me and Uksue Nikhujo to get 8 reps of both sides. Ouch, my arms are sore now. That is everything I had planned. I'm gonna take one quick breather and give anyone who's watching, oh yeah, $8 to charity for my push-up side plank. This is your last chance, everybody, for our first annual New Year's charity challenge. Any other questions or challenges for me? This is your last chance while I write down what I just did. Push up, side plank was $8. To review, if you kept up with me, we did arm circles, leg swings, lunges and planks, warm up, globe squatters, joel jumps, crouch push-ups, gladiator combos, mountain climbers, KABLAMs, crow, and push-up side planks. My total donated, thanks to this charity challenge, is going to be $62, which I will split between my charities. If anyone else watches this video and comments with their charity number, if we like hit a $100 milestone or something, like maybe I'll do something fun. I don't have it planned. That's all I had planned for you guys. Thank you so much, Battle Buddies and Healthy Heroes. Much love to all of you. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. And I cannot wait to see you at Alliance LARP. Hopefully I'll see you at Alliance, New Hampshire coming up this spring. Bye.